If your memory serves you, this is the way we started with the cleaning process on the burn side. Remember, it started as a big hunk of rocks and iron. These are my hands. I use them for illustrative purposes. We used this hammer and we used this little screwdriver, which, believe it or not, it was still laying in the same spot I left it when we did the last thing. You'll need 2 pins just simply to move to the other side of the table. A magnifying glass that you probably won't use at all. Piece of copper wire. You never know when you need a piece of copper wire. Glass is, there's 2, and a bottle of purified water. This you'll pour in your mouth. This is where you'll cool your hands when your hands get hot. But check this out. I wish I had the camera underwater when I first got the signal on this thing, but I didn't, because I'm not one to dig a lot of iron signals. I am now, thanks to Zach Bird Adventure Hour. Check out his channel. I thought this might be a Colt model 1860, I believe. I'm not for sure. Which is a 40 something caliber, depending on what you read, depending on who has the gun in their hand. I keep looking at the camera because I don't see anything but dirt on this back screen. So remember, we started off with a bunch of rocks on the burn side. What we're missing is the handle, the grip. And it was, if it was an 1860, it would have been, had a metal frame and wood sides. This is not a 40 anything caliber weapon. This is a 36 at best. So we're gonna start with removing some of the bigger things. If I let this dry, everything would fall off with the simple touch of a hammer. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to lose anything that shouldn't fall off. And another thing, unless it's just missing, that makes it not an 1860. And if I got that number wrong, that's just because I don't own one of these other than this one. It had a lever that went all the way up, and this one could be just missing. You pull back to seat the ball. You would pour your powder, however many grains, into there. Then you put your wad into there, push it down, and then you would spin your, what do you call that? Cylinder, and you'd pull this down, this arm down, and it would shove the ball in there. And there you go. You have your pistol ball and it's loaded. So what we're gonna do is take off the pieces one at a time and kind of see what's left. The barrel feels pretty solid on this side. That was obviously the part that was sitting up, and as the iron leaches out, I know. Stop talking and do it. Well, I don't want to. So this is the side that was in the bottom of the creek. I'm looking and thinking at the same time. I could just clean it up and then show you the finished product, but I ain't no fun. And I don't want to tear this thing up. You know what I need on the face? Oh my goodness, look, I found a pistol. So, this is what we did last time, a piece at a time. You know what I may do? Not maybe, I am. You get these 2 small nuts, you throw them over there. That right there, you put right there. This is going to be a little easier since it's not 3 feet long like the burn side. What I'm hoping is that it's loaded. Can you see okay? You want to get in here closer? This is an iron GoPro stand. It's vintage. That's why it made such lovely noises. The preservation will come through. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I got some ideas. I know I'm not going to email the Navy or any other people that have restored artifacts like this, because I never got a response from anybody. Now, a few people online I did. But I want to know what caliber it is, if it's loaded, and that's all there is to know. I'd like to know the model. See, if you do electrolysis and there happens to be a slight hole right there and it's thin walled on the inside, this feels pretty solid. You could end up with the entire barrel just breaking off. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to hit that rock with a hammer just to tap it off because of the same reason. Little bubble bath. What's cool about iron that's been in the water, let's just do the math, 150 or more years. Usually everybody just says that. I think it's more like 160. I'm not good with my ads though. Plus, many towns across the United States have a monument that says the last battle of the Civil War was fought here. So I don't think anybody really knows where the last battle was. I know you dig the Bedford, don't you? Well, that's okay. That's gonna be cool though, isn't it? Now, I did some of this in fast forward before, which I can if you want to. Yeah, let's do that. Are you bored? See, I'll never know because I can't hear you. This is the most satisfying game. I'm still, even Zach, we still wonder what happened at that spot. Because of the other relics found there, including the burn side. So I don't know who would have carried a pistol during the Civil War. You know, did everybody have one, or was it only the high-ranking officers? When I was in the Navy, in the medical field, all we carried were 9mm and a Geneva Convention card, and hope for the best. Somebody needs a bath. That's neat though, because you can see it's already looking better, huh? And I looked around there for this framed part, but never found it. See, I'm wondering if part of the lever's under there, and I don't want to break it off. Also, I have looked all over YouTube. No one else that I have found on YouTube has found a Civil War pistol that was actually used in a combat. They didn't call it combat back then. They called it battles. Other than, I guess he's still young, a guy that found one in California. That was the 1860 Colt. His was complete. It even had the frame, but the frame he found separate from this piece. But it didn't have the wood on it, of course. We're getting there. Whoa. You would never be able to see a number on this thing, even if it was perfectly cleaned up by a professional. And I am a professional, because all this holding all this on is the iron leaching from the actual weapon itself. So those numbers would be long gone. I don't know, they could be right here. Let's see if we can read it. Hold on. 8, 3, 4. Okay, that's all we get is an 8, 3, and a 4. I caught a little flack on the burn side about the cleaning process and how if I'd done it different I'd be able to read numbers. There ain't no way in the world you would have been able to read numbers on that thing. So since I have not found anyone who found and showed the cleaning process of a Civil War rifle or carbine. Carbine is a short rifle. And even now, a pistol. This will be the first one. I'm not bragging. I'm absolutely amazed. I'll do that. I'm still amazed at this thing. And I'm hoping it cleans up really nice. It'd be nice to be able to see right in here. Another neat thing about this iron, it really makes your hands smell good. My bride loves it. I'm just kidding. See, it's the lever. Ah, that's a rock. See, that lever, I think would have went all up here, unless it's just a different gun. I don't know. It's still amazing that we have found so many similar items in that one spot. So the question is, did the soldier fall? Had to have just fell, because we haven't found shot bullets, 3-ringers, pistol balls, musket balls, tennis balls, footballs, but we have found golf balls in that area, but they were all unfired too. looking better, isn't it? When I figure out what model it is, if you can figure that out beforehand, let me know, and then I will find a photograph, which is also a pic or a picture, and oh, I was on this side. No, I was on this side. I was on this side. Then I will know where to chip and what to stop chipping. Like that big thing right there, I'm not going to knock that off until I know. If you follow me on Instagram or the Eyes Without a Facebook, then you saw this not long after it came out of the water. Of course, after I took a picture of it, I put it right back in the water. And then Zach said, man, you ought to take that with you. And I said, oh man, I don't want it. I'm looking for golf balls. So I decided to go ahead and bring it back to the base camp. Now, if it's all really solid all the way down, you could do electrolysis. But I don't have the desire to build another tank. If I knew the model already, my thumbnail would be a picture that has this, and then has the picture of a perfect one right next to it. And it says, then the thumbnail would say from this to this, and it'd show the other one, and then that would be similar to clickbait. That's a funny word, isn't it? Because even if you use clickbait, and I watch videos that titles and thumbnails are considered clickbait, who cares? If you don't like it, you know there's a little square. There's a line at the bottom of the video where it shows a little, it's like a little, you know, back in the old days it was a dot that would follow the words and it bounced on the words. Nowadays it's just a straight line. Kind of a boring society, but anyway, I missed the little dots when I was a little teeny weeny kid. Anyway, so it moves like that, and then there's a square over here. You can push that square and the video will stop. Then you can hit your back button or find another video to watch. Although it is fun, I guess, to take time to stop, leave a comment about how disgusted you are, how much of your life you wasted. But the bottom line is you're going to go and watch something else right afterwards, so you really haven't wasted any time. So let's get busy. I really hope there's not a hole in this barrel other than on the end where the hole is supposed to be. Oh yes, here we go, here we go, here we go. A little iron bath. No hole yet. I kind of like that. It's almost like a early sight or a shark fin. Or neither one. Is the whole camera shake when I do that? Huh? I did the last chipping game on my on the deck. He's bad. And so it didn't move like this. I don't have a lot of time today. We have a plethora, virtual myriad of people coming over that want me to put something on a grill and make it turn a different color so they can eat it. I don't eat a lot of red meat anymore. That's important to know right now. Man, I thought that was going to be a hole, but now I can see the roundness, which is good. That put a little scared on me for a second. Okay, so there's all the way around the barrel. Yeah, I think we're just missing the other part of the lever. Let's keep going. Almost looks like an art project. You know, like the burn side, I know some people might think, man, you just leave all that on there and just preserve it like it is. I'll always have pictures of it. It's going to be on the wall next to the burn side. See, I don't know what kind of side it had either, or where it was, and it could be under there. I would assume it would be closer to the end. We may need a more sturdy table for round 2. There's going to have to be a round 2 because I'm running out of film in my camera. I've got a, wait right there. Well, I thought I had an HB squared back there, but I got an SB squared soft bristle brush, which ain't gonna do anything. You know, they say when you find an artifact, the last thing you want to do is wash it. I don't think that counts when you find it in the water. See, those are on there so good. Any idea of the model yet? I need to measure the length so you can look it up that way. You want to? Right there. Just so happen to have a standard furniture. We're America's furniture standard. I don't know why there's a period behind the word furniture. Okay, barrel length. We're going to go barrel length from here to the end. 8 inches or 7 3/4. The entire length of the weapon from trigger is 11. So, if you need a break, hit the Google. Also, I don't say this enough, but check out Zach Bird Adventure Hours channel. He does tons of research to get us on these spots. I do not so much research, yet he still invites me. And I know if you follow him already, you wonder why he didn't put out more videos. He is a very devoted family man. That doesn't say much about me, does it? I am too. His kids, his daughter's involved in softball, and I think she's kind of a star at it, so. It is so hot. It's about 90,000 right now. You know, I can see it better on that side and better on that side. I haven't done anything to that side, but if I was me and I was looking at this side, it was better on this side. I know what you're thinking. Man, they put those rocks there to camouflage the gun. Eventually, we'll do like the burn side, and we'll start shopping in here, and we'll get all the way down. Hopefully, we can clear the barrel and see if this thing is loaded. I could have it x-rayed. I might do that. Last time I checked with a tree surgeon, he said it was against policy to. So anyway, hospital standards, can't take a gun in there. I understand. So I'm gonna have to find a private individual with an x-ray machine in their building. Well, I'm done. That's where we are right now. You want to see it on some bright light, brighter light. Maybe a worse picture of it. There it is. Maybe too bright. All right, we'll do it again. Thanks for watching my video.